Death is a mystery that has fascinated humanity since ancient times. What happens when life fades away? What can our eyes see in that decisive moment? Imagine the scene, a human being on their last breath, crossing the line between the physical and the spiritual world. This transition is surrounded by accounts and experiences that echo throughout history. But what do the scriptures say about it? Have you ever stopped to think about the visions that might arise at this moment? Are they images of life, regret, or even encounters with loved ones? All of this can teach us valuable lessons about how we live today. The Bible, rich in symbolism and profound messages, offers clues about this phenomenon. How does it connect with the tests of faith? As we explore this topic, prepare to reflect on the fragility of life and the importance of the choices we make. What would you like to see if you were facing the end? What really matters? Throughout this video, we will reveal 9 fascinating aspects that many people report when approaching death. Stay tuned, as the answers may transform your perspective on life and eternity. The vision of light. When we talk about the experience of seeing an intense light at the moment of death, many reports indicate that this light is often described as warm and comforting. For many, this vision is not just a physical light, but a representation of God's love and presence. There is a deep connection between this experience and biblical passages that speak of the divine presence, such as in 1 John 1:5, which declares that God is light and in him is no darkness at all. This light then symbolizes purity and goodness, a safe refuge for souls in transition. Many people who have had near-death experiences report that this light seems to draw them in, as if it were an irresistible call. In moments of great emotional and physical turmoil, this light becomes a symbol of hope, offering a glimpse of what may lie ahead. It's as if, in that moment, the worries and fears of earthly life are dissipated, giving way to an indescribable sense of peace. This experience is often interpreted as a sign that the soul is about to enter a new state of existence, a place where there is no more pain or suffering. Moreover, the light is seen as a guide. Many witnesses state that as they approach this light, they feel guided and protected, as if being led by invisible hands. This idea relates to the belief that God is always present, even in the darkest hours. This light may be seen as a reminder that, regardless of the hardships faced in life, there is a promise of redemption and unconditional love. The experience of intense light can also be interpreted in the context of transformation. Many spiritual traditions talk about the idea of rebirth, and the light may symbolize this transition to a higher state of consciousness. For those who believe in an afterlife, this light represents not just the end, but also a new beginning. This perspective helps alleviate the fear of death, offering a more positive view of what happens after the last breath. Finally, the vision of light is a phenomenon that transcends cultural and religious barriers. Regardless of individual beliefs, the experience of seeing this intense light is common among those who are near death. This leads us to reflect on the universality of the search for comfort and security in difficult times. This light is not just a personal experience, but a sign that we are all connected in our spiritual journey. Life review. The life review is a concept that fascinates and intrigues many. As one approaches death, many individuals report an experience where they revisit significant moments of their lives. It is as if all the events, decisions, and interactions are projected before them, allowing for a deep reflection on their actions and choices. This experience is similar to the concept of judgment mentioned in Matthew 12:36, where it is said that everyone will have to give account for every idle word they have spoken. This review process can be both a moment of joy and regret. For some, the joyful memories bring a sense of gratitude and satisfaction, while others may be accompanied by sadness and remorse. This duality reflects the complex nature of life, where each choice has its consequences. Thus, the life review serves as an opportunity for self-assessment, allowing the person to understand the impact they had on others and on themselves. It is interesting to note that many reports mention the sensation of expanded time during this review. Instead of being a hurried process, individuals perceive each moment as rich in meaning. This suggests that life is not just a sequence of events, but a tapestry of interconnected experiences. This perception may lead to a new understanding of what it means to live fully, promoting an appreciation for the small things that are often overlooked. Additionally, the life review can also be seen as a form of reconciliation. Many individuals wish to correct mistakes, ask for forgiveness, or express gratitude to people who played a significant role in their lives. This quest for resolution can provide a sense of closure, allowing the person to depart in peace. This need for reconciliation can be seen as a reflection of the human desire to connect and be accepted, even in the most challenging circumstances. Finally, this experience of life review invites us to think about how we are currently living. If we knew we would have to undergo this evaluation at the end of our lives, how would it change our daily choices? This reflection leads us to consider the importance of living consciously, valuing each moment and each interaction. The life review, therefore, is not just a post-death phenomenon, but a practice that can enrich our present existence. Meeting loved ones. One of the most emotional and comforting aspects that many people report in their near-death experiences is meeting loved ones who have already passed away. These encounters are often described as moments of joy and love, where the person feels the presence of family members or friends who were important in their life. This phenomenon is often related to biblical passages that speak about the communion of saints, such as in Hebrews 12:1, where it mentions a great cloud of witnesses. These meetings can bring a sense of security and welcome, as if the person were being received back into a familiar home. For many, this experience serves as a reminder that death is not an end, but a continuation of a relationship that transcends time and space. The emotional comfort provided by these encounters can be a powerful relief from the fear of death, as it suggests that the connection with loved ones endures beyond physical life. Moreover, these encounters can bring a sense of clarity and understanding. Many people report that upon reuniting with those they loved, they are finally able to understand unresolved issues or receive advice they could not obtain during their lifetime. This exchange of love and wisdom can provide a sense of closure and peace, allowing the person to feel ready to move on. Another interesting aspect of this phenomenon is the diversity of reported experiences. Some people encounter familiar figures, while others may be surprised by friends they have not seen for a long time, or even by mentors who had a significant impact on their lives. This diversity suggests that the experience of death may be an opportunity to reconnect with all the people who shaped our journey, expanding our understanding of love and human relationships. Finally, meeting loved ones during the transition to death makes us reflect on the importance of the bonds we form throughout our lives. These connections are not limited to this world. They have the power to endure and transform. This understanding can inspire us to value and nurture our relationships, reminding us that each interaction has the potential to leave a lasting mark on others' lives. Feelings of peace or conflict. The emotional experience a person undergoes at the moment of death can vary widely, reflecting the spiritual and emotional condition they are in. For some, this moment is filled with peace and serenity, while for others, it may be marked by internal conflicts and anguish. This duality is a recurring theme in many accounts and can be understood in light of Romans 8:6, which states that the carnal mind is death, but the spiritual mind is life and peace. Those who report a sense of peace often describe a surrender to the process, as if they are finally letting go of the ties to earthly life. This peace may be the result of a well-lived life, where they felt in harmony with themselves and others. This state of tranquility can be compared to a return home, where the soul feels safe and welcomed. For these individuals, death is a natural transition, not an end. On the other hand, those who experience conflict may be struggling with regrets or unresolved issues. This internal struggle can be painful, reflecting a sense that there are still things to be done or said. Often, this anguish is related to broken relationships or actions that do not align with personal values. This perception of conflict may manifest as a clinging to the physical world, making the transition more challenging. It is interesting to note that what determines this experience is not only the person's religious life, but also their ability to forgive themselves and others. The lack of forgiveness can be a burden that prevents the soul from finding peace, creating a barrier between the individual and the liberating experience that death can provide. Therefore, the practice of forgiveness, both in life and at the moment of death, is crucial for a smoother transition. Finally, this variation in emotional experiences at the time of death leads us to reflect on how we are living our lives. If peace is what we seek at the final hour, what can we do now to cultivate it? This reflection encourages us to live more consciously, to resolve conflicts, and to seek reconciliation in our relationships. In this way, we can prepare for a more peaceful and meaningful departure, regardless of what the future holds. Visions of heaven and hell. Visions of heaven and hell frequently appear in accounts of near-death experiences, reflecting a duality that permeates Christian doctrine. For many, heaven is described as a place of intense light, joy, and peace, where the presence of God is felt in a tangible way. Images of splendor, such as streets of gold and the absence of pain, help to form the idea of a place of eternal reward. On the other hand, hell is often portrayed as a place of darkness, suffering, and anguish. This contrast serves not only as a warning, but also as a source of hope for those who live in search of a greater purpose. Accounts of people who have had near-death experiences often include vivid descriptions of both places. Some people report the sensation of being drawn through a tunnel of light, leading them to heaven, while others describe a fall into a dark abyss, symbolizing hell. These experiences may reflect personal beliefs and spiritual life, suggesting that how we live may influence what we encounter after death. Often, these visions are accompanied by intense feelings that deeply affect the lives of those who experience them. Additionally, narratives about these visions play a formative role in how people view life and death. The idea that there will be a reward in heaven or punishment in hell can serve as motivation for practicing good deeds and seeking a virtuous life. This is especially relevant in a world where many face ethical and moral dilemmas. Reflection on what comes after death can lead to significant changes in how one lives the present. These visions are also found in the scriptures, such as in Revelation 21, which describes the New Jerusalem and the promise of a future without pain. In contrast, Luke 16:23-25 illustrates the torment of hell through the parable of the rich man and Lazarus. These passages reinforce the importance of moral choice in life and serve as an invitation to reflect on eternal destiny. Therefore, when hearing accounts of near-death experiences, it is essential to consider how these visions connect with individual religious beliefs and morality. Finally, visions of heaven and hell also underscore the importance of hope and repentance. For many, the idea of an accessible heaven provides comfort and a sense of purpose, while the vision of hell may incite a quest for change and redemption. This demonstrates how beliefs about the afterlife can influence attitudes and behaviors, shaping not only individual spirituality, but also the social dynamics of entire communities. The final judgment. The concept of the final judgment is a central belief in Christianity, as taught in Hebrews 9:27, which states that it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment. This judgment is viewed as a moment of evaluation, where each person will be held accountable for their actions during life. This idea generates both fear and hope, as it reflects divine justice and the certainty that nothing will go unpunished. In practice, the expectation of the final judgment leads many people to reevaluate their lives and consider their choices. The awareness that there will be a moment when their actions will be examined can serve as a powerful motivator for behavioral change. Many begin to ask themselves, am I living according to the principles I value? How do my actions affect others? This reflection is essential for spiritual and moral growth, encouraging people to seek a life more aligned with their values. Accounts of near-death experiences often include moments of introspection, where individuals revisit their lives, reflecting on past actions. This review can be seen as a microcosm of the final judgment, where the person is confronted with their choices and their consequences. It is a moment of clarity that can lead to regret and consequently personal transformation. The idea that life does not end with death, but that a judgment follows can inspire many to seek a life of purpose and meaning. Furthermore, the final judgment also reinforces hope in divine justice. For those who have suffered injustices or have been victims of malicious actions, the idea that one day they will be recognized and vindicated can bring comfort. This promise that God is just and that there will be a final reckoning for all accounts is a source of relief and peace, helping individuals endure the hardships of life. Finally, the concept of the final judgment teaches us about the importance of mercy and grace. Even in the face of mistakes and failures, the belief in the possibility of forgiveness and reconciliation is central to the Christian message. This reminds us that, although we are responsible for our actions, we also have the opportunity to seek transformation and renewal. The expectation of judgment after death, therefore, should not be seen merely with fear, but as a call to live with integrity and compassion. Experiences of peace with God. In many near-death experiences, people describe a profound sense of peace and connection with God. This experience transcends the limitations of the physical body and provides a feeling of security and unconditional love. This peace is often compared to a sense of being completely at home, as if everything is finally in its proper place. This experience may be a manifestation of what Philippians 4:7 describes as the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding. For many, this connection with the divine is accompanied by a sense of liberation from the worries and anxieties that marked their previous life. During the process of dying, individuals report that their concerns dissipate and that a remarkable mental clarity allows them to see life from a new perspective. This transformation can be so intense that many claim that even if physical death is imminent, the experience of peace makes them feel that everything will be all right. Moreover, this peace can be seen as a sign that the person is ready for the transition. In many cases, individuals report that, feeling at peace, they are able to accept their mortality and say goodbye in a tranquil manner. This acceptance can be a significant factor for a serene death, allowing the person to leave this world without fear or regrets. This sense of surrender may be seen as a reflection of trust in God and the divine plan. Accounts of experiences of peace at the time of death also have a profound impact on those left behind. Family members and friends who witness this process often feel a relief and a sense of comfort, knowing that their loved one is at peace. This not only helps those who remain cope with the pain of loss, but also serves as a testament to faith and hope in a future beyond death. Finally, experiences of peace with God during death underscore the importance of spirituality in people's lives. The search for this connection may lead many to explore their own faith and deepen their relationship with the divine. As people seek this peace, they may be inspired to live more meaningfully and in alignment with their values, preparing not only for death, but also for a full and fulfilling life. The presence of angels. The belief in the presence of angels during the transition from life to death is a recurring theme in many spiritual traditions, especially within Christianity. Accounts from people who have been near death often mention the sensation of being accompanied by beings of light. These beings, often described as angels, offer comfort and protection, creating a warm and safe environment. This vision is reinforced by biblical passages such as Psalm 91:11, which asserts that God commands his angels to guard us in all our ways. The presence of angels can be seen as a symbol of divine love and mercy. In moments of great vulnerability, such as at the time of death, many believe that these celestial messengers are there to guide the soul, helping it to transition with dignity and peace. Experiences reported by those who have been in a near-death state often include visions of angels approaching, offering a gentle touch or comforting words. This can provide a sense of security amidst the unknown, alleviating the fear that often accompanies the end of life. In addition, the presence of angels can be interpreted as a reinforcement of the idea that we are not alone on our journey. Faith in the company of these spiritual beings can provide great comfort, especially for those struggling with the concept of death. This belief, deeply rooted in Christian spirituality, provides a space for people to feel supported and protected, even as earthly life draws to a close. This experience transcends the physical, connecting the individual to a broader network of love and compassion. Accounts of encounters with angels vary, but most people who have experienced this describe a sensation of lightness and joy. Many claim that the presence of these divine beings brings an inexplicable peace, making the pain and suffering of earthly life seem distant. This feeling of well-being and acceptance is a common theme among those who report near-death experiences, suggesting that somehow the presence of angels helps to ease the pain of departure. Finally, belief in the presence of angels during death is not only a form of comfort, but also a way to understand the interconnection between the physical and spiritual worlds. For many, these beings are not just protectors, but also guides that help the soul navigate a new and unfamiliar path. This belief reinforces the idea that life continues after death, and that we are not alone on this journey. Detachment from the body. The sensation of detachment from the physical body is frequently reported by those who have had near-death experiences. Many people describe this experience as a moment of lightness, where they feel as if they are floating or rising above their body. This transcendent perception is often accompanied by a clear and vivid view of the surrounding environment, as if consciousness is expanding beyond the physical limits of the body. This experience aligns with the passage from 2 Corinthians 5:8, which mentions being absent from the body and present with the Lord. Detachment from the body is often accompanied by a sense of freedom, where physical limitations and the pains of earthly life seem to disappear. Many people report that in this state, they are able to observe themselves and what is happening around them, as if they were spectators of their own life. This experience can be profoundly transformative, offering a new perspective on life and death. The sensation of lightness and freedom is often described as a release from worldly concerns, a moment of clarity where everything makes sense. Additionally, detachment from the body can be interpreted as a transition to a higher state of consciousness. In many accounts, people feel more connected to a greater reality, perceiving universal truths that were previously hidden. This new awareness often brings with it a sense of unconditional love and acceptance, as if the person is being embraced in a safe and loving space. This feeling of being at home can be extremely comforting, especially for those who fear death. The experience of detachment can also be seen as an invitation to reflect on the nature of existence. Many people who experience this sensation report a profound change in their priorities and values after returning to life. They often become more aware of the importance of living authentically and meaningfully, valuing relationships and experiences that truly matter. This transformation can be a powerful testament to the impact that a near-death experience can have on a person's life. Ultimately, detachment from the body is more than just a physical experience. It is a spiritual journey that can lead to a deeper understanding of what it means to be human. This sensation of lightness and freedom, accompanied by the perception of a greater reality, offers a glimpse into what may lie beyond earthly life. This experience not only comforts those who are departing, but also provokes deep reflection in those who remain, challenging them to reconsider their own lives and the nature of existence. Spiritual awareness. Spiritual awareness is a fundamental aspect of near-death experiences, where individuals report a significant increase in spiritual perception and understanding of divine truths. This phenomenon is often described as a revelation, where people feel they are accessing knowledge that transcends the limitations of the human mind. This experience aligns with the passage from 1 Corinthians 13:12, which speaks about knowing fully and understanding things in a deeper way. During these moments of awareness, many individuals report a sense of clarity and deep understanding about life, death, and the purpose of existence. This new perspective may include the realization that life is not limited to what is visible and tangible, but that there is a broader spiritual dimension that connects all beings. This perception can be transformative, leading to a re-evaluation of personal beliefs and values. Additionally, spiritual awareness often accompanies a sense of unity with the universe and with others. Many people describe a feeling of connection with everything that exists, as if they are part of a greater whole. This experience can bring a profound sense of peace and belonging, undermining the feeling of separation that often characterizes daily life. The perception that everyone is interconnected can generate a strong desire for compassion and love for others, encouraging a shift in attitudes and behaviors. This new awareness may also include a deeper understanding of unconditional love. Many people report feeling a loving presence during their near-death experiences that envelops and embraces them. This sense of love transcends human limitations and offers a glimpse into what it means to be loved fully and unconditionally. This experience can be a powerful motivator to live in a more loving and compassionate way towards oneself and others. Ultimately, spiritual awareness often results in a lasting transformation in people's lives. After returning to normal life, many feel compelled to pursue a deeper spiritual path, practice meditation, or engage in activities that promote well-being and spiritual awareness. This search for meaning and spiritual connection can lead to a richer and more fulfilling life, where people feel more aligned with their purpose and more aware of their interconnectedness with the world around them. And so, as we reflect on these 9 things people see when they die, we are invited to consider the depth of our own lives. What would you do if you had the chance to review your most significant moments? What memories or lessons would you carry with you? The Bible teaches us that every act, every choice resonates through eternity. Imagine for a moment how it would be to look back at your life and realize that every small act of love and compassion leaves an indelible mark. How can you apply these teachings today? What can you do now to ensure that your journey has a positive impact on the lives around you? And if in the end, you could be greeted with a smile and words of gratitude from those you loved, think about your relationships. How can you strengthen them? How about sharing this video with someone who needs to hear these truths? Remember, each day is a new opportunity to live with purpose. So be mindful. What are you doing today that could change your tomorrow? Let's explore these questions together and delve even deeper into the wisdom that the Word offers.